Good afternoon, I'm Wendy Petrie and this is your afternoon news fix for Wednesday, the 24th of January. A police standoff at Auckland's Albert Park ended with the man who'd made concerning comments has been safely resolved after about 2 hours. Police have a person in custody and charges are being considered. All cordons have been lifted and police say there's no ongoing risk to the public. Herald reporter Jamie Lith says there was a lot of confusion as events unfolded.
There's a lot of university students walking around because this incident is happening both near Auckland University and AUT.
Newstalk ZB reported Thomas Rice is at Albert Park, where officers are still guarding a rotunda.
They're kind of creating a little bit of a perimeter around it, holding guns still quite on alert. I can see a wheelchair as well, along with looks like a suitcase and a few kind of sorted items as well.
In the US, Nikki Haley says she's down but not out of the presidential race. The former South Carolina governor has conceded she's lost the Republican candidate vote to Donald Trump in New Hampshire. Haley says Trump won fair and square, but she says New Hampshire was just the first primary, not the last.
This race is far from over. There are dozens of states left to go. And the next one is my sweet state of South Carolina.
Labour leader Chris Hipkins admits his government didn't get everything right in regards to Māori. Hipkins has addressed a crowd at the annual Ratana celebrations. He used his speech to take aim at the new government's policies, which he says enable and foster racism. But he also acknowledged mistakes made by the Labour government.
One of the things that we didn't get right was making sure that we were bringing non-Māori New Zealanders along with us on that journey. And I want to pledge to you today that we will redouble our efforts to do that.
New Zealand's average rent has gone through the roof at all-time highs. Latest Trade Me figures show the national median rent is $625 a week, about 7.8% higher than this time last year. For the first time, Bay of Plenty is the most expensive place to rent a home at $670 a week. Property sales director Gavin Lloyd says it's after 6 months of pressure on places to rent.
Demand is at all-time high and the supply side of things just has been really struggling to keep up.
Ukrainian Dana Yastremska is through to the Australian Tennis Open semi-finals after beating Czech Linda Noskova in straight sets on the Rod Laver Arena. Ryan Fox has detailed the arduous lead-in he's endured ahead of his first PGA Tour event as a full card holder starting tomorrow morning. The Kiwi golfer is competing in the Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines in California after 2 DP World Tour events in Dubai. Fox admits he's paying the price for his calendar.
I didn't get into San Diego until about 6 p.m. last night. Getting into the US was a long trip from Dubai. I think it was a 16-hour flight, a couple of hours through immigration and a 2-hour drive down to San Diego.
Fox tees off at 5:50 a.m. And the Cleveland Cavaliers forward Tristan Thompson is suspended without pay for 25 games for violating the NBA's anti-drug program. Thomas tested positive for ibutamorin, a growth hormone commonly used by bodybuilders. And that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with your next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.